Hello, lovelies. Okay, I've been getting so many questions about fixatives that this is all about the fixatives that I use. Basically use three. I will start with the completely odor-free, non-toxic, all-natural, all-media Degas fixative. I don't know what this stuff is made out of. It just says casein and denatured grain alcohol and water. So casein must be the part that actually is the fixative. But, at first I was skeptical because I thought, how can this work on everything? And how can it be completely non-toxic and odor-free? But I tested it, and the hardest thing that I find to fix are these soft pastels, because they're so powdery. So I've used this Degas on all kinds of things, but if you don't know how soft and powdery these are, let me show you. They're just, there it is on my finger. So, they're incredibly beautiful in terms of the intensity of the color, but quite messy. So I thought that the toughest test would be to use this fixative on that. So that's what I've done. And it, in short, it works. It's just that you need to do multiple coats. And it doesn't dry super fast. So here's the piece I did it on. There's a lot of the soft pastels on this one. This is pretty much all through here. This orange is soft pastel, the green. This is oil pastel. This is ink. Let's see, what else do I have on here? Ink, gouache, aqua gouache. I think it's all on here. But after several coats of this, and what's nice is I can do this inside, so I can just have it on my table, give it a spray. Not too close though, because it will kind of drop drops, but don't panic, just leave it. Actually, I'll just go ahead and hit it with another coat so you can see. Or, oh, maybe I've clogged it. That's the thing with fixatives, is I do have issues with clogging and needing to use, so you haven't used this one in a while. So I'll need to soak this in warm water. That's what I've done before. I just take this right off and soak this in warm water, and then it'll be fine. Let me do that now so that I can show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I did, and this just happens, if it's been a while, I soaked this part, and I ended up having to take this out and soak the whole thing in hot water and use a toothbrush. But probably if I had saved the little top that came with it, wouldn't have to do that as much. But I notice it helps a lot if you remember after you use it to just kind of wipe or rinse the nozzle. But anyway, it has a nice spray. So the other reason I know if it's getting blocked up is it'll start dropping big drops. But see, there's a big drop, and don't worry about it. And that's it. And this doesn't have any odor, and I can do it right here. And you can see that it's kind of wet, but I put it aside over here, and then, you can do another coat. So that's the advantage of this stuff. And you can continue to work on something after using it. I have, and I just love that it's, not, that it doesn't smell. And it claims soft pastel, oil pastel, chalk, colored pencil, graphite, charcoal, on paper, Yupo, canvas, ceramic, fabric, glass, leather, wood, stone. So I have not had it fail me yet. Now, because it takes a while to dry though, sometimes I want to do something more quickly, and I'll take it outside. And this is my favorite workable fixative, meaning that you can spray it on, and like in the sketchbook, let me get my sketchbook and show you, and then you can keep working. So let's say I have, I remember one that was, this one. This is a lot of oil pastel, which really doesn't come off too much, but I think I've sprayed this. And you can spray it, and then I can continue to work on it. Same with this one. It'll hold things enough for me to come back and continue to work. Yeah, like this one. But I don't always use fixative. So like this one I've done, this is a couple layers in. It's not done, but there's no fixative on it yet. It just depends on what material I'm using. If I'm using acrylic gouache and ink, it really doesn't need a fixative. But if there's oil pastel, like this one had little bits of oil pastel here that if I hadn't done fixative, you know, over time would transfer to the other side. So it just depends on what you're using. But this is really easy. I do use it outside though. It's vapors may cause, I don't know, it stinks. But it doesn't, I can spray outside and, you know, don't do what I do. Set a timer on your phone because I have left things outside for hours or, you know, the rain starts. And but anyway, you can bring it in within 10 minutes and it doesn't smell too bad. And I'm pretty sensitive to smells. All right, then for the varnish, when I'm all done, I like a matte finish. So I usually use gouache or aqua gouache, but I can use, sometimes I use some acrylics, which are shiny, and I don't like, you know, a super shiny surface. So I use this Liquitex matte varnish and low odor. I've went through a few of these because I don't like the really toxic smelling stuff. So it says low odor. It still smells, of course, and I still use it outside, but it's better than some of them. Water-based, and however, my complaint with this one, and you just have to know that going in because I kind of ignored the instructions, it tells you in the teeniest print possible that when finished spraying, turn can upside down and push spray button for 5 seconds to prevent clogging. You know, so like that, right? Well, I didn't do that, and it got really clogged. So same thing, I just pulled this off and soaked it in warm water, took a toothbrush to it, and got it working again. It actually came with a different nozzle. I think I borrowed that nozzle because, oh yeah, here, this one's missing it. I borrowed the nozzle from here, which you can do, because this one, the one it came with, just stopped working and got too clogged. So now I share the nozzles depending on which one I'm using until one of these runs out and I get a new tube. Oh my God, it's so funny. All right, so I think that will answer most of the questions I've been getting about fixative. You don't have to use fixative unless you're using things that are gonna come off. And then I use them for, if I want to continue working, I use one of these two, depending on how quickly I want it done. If I don't mind waiting till the next day or several hours, I'll hit it with this. If I want to, you know, work on it in the next little while, I'll hit it with this. And when I'm all done, I'll use this. And I will put links to these three in the supplies tab of my website, and I'll put the link to that in the comments in the description of the video. I'm also going to do, I think, my next class on this style of floral burst. I haven't figured out what to call it. Floral burst or colorful abstract. I don't know what to call it. I'll think of something. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, happy creating, guys.